Welcome back, everybody. Still here for the Day 2 action of the MAAC Esports Championships. Still some spots in Sunday left to go. And we were in the middle of a heated battle on a Valorant map number 3. We will jump directly back in. Sienna and Manhattan here, with just a few rounds left for each of them to try and secure a spot in that championship.
For Sienna, it's all about knowing exactly where to go. Can they make the right judgments here? They are on the attacking side. They are the ones that are allowed to make these calls. And for Manhattan, it's all about trying to play a little bit more consciously. They are on the lower equipment buy. If I remember correctly, they are currently kind of out of equipment. They're playing on a save round here. A little bit of eco, I should say. It will be the call down once more. Toxin kind of being neutralized here. Sienna University. They're looking to try and play more inside on the B site once more, cause a little bit of a kerfuffle.
I still love that Viper wall. I mean, it gives you so much protection in case they go over aggressive. And it's going to be the smokes to cut off B. We'll see if the Viper wall comes down in time. The net actually goes wide, and it catches the boom buddy. Poor guy. It's going to be the stun that also misses. So plant comes down here. Manhattan University, once again, looking for the retake. Just doesn't have the weapons for it, and they don't have a man named Spidey or Rocker, who both find their first bloods. Cocooned up, ready to go, and Manhattan is taken down to 1. And that's it. It's a flawless round from Sienna.
That is one way to kick off this return back to the match. Sienna say, you are not stopping our warpath to the grand finals. I highly appreciate the fact they hit 9 first. They have the showstopper, and we know what Rocker can do with this ultimate.
I mean, it is just Spidey and Rocker battling for that first place to see who gets the most kills here in map number 3. It's 1-1. Winner of this map claims a spot in tomorrow, claims a spot to battle for a championship. And it's ultimates that may decide it. For Rocker, you've got the weaponry in terms of the showstopper, but you talk about for Manhattan, they've also got the weapons in terms of their economy getting reset. You already see the Veto teleporting out to make sure they're safe and surprised.
Well, especially since you have the ultimate, that's one of your key ranges to make it back into a battle if you need to really neutralize a lot of those abilities and just make it a straight-up gunfight. It's pretty available to themselves, but there's going to be that showstopper clearing out the mid. Very nice call on B. Well, only going to slow you down for a moment. There's no one on site. It's Manhattan once again deciding to take this full 5v5, forcing a messy brawl and trying to coin flip a win.
You have that Veto ultimate, but other than that, nothing much doing. Rocker finding one, Manpa finding another, and these early initial kills continue to excite. You do wonder for Spidey if you can keep going as well. Every single player getting kills. Spidey finding the double, and Sienna are making quick work of this attacking side.
Very, very smooth as Sienna starting to feel more confident. Only 3 more rounds between them and the smell of the Grand Finals Challenge. A day 3 on the horizon for them. Not only that, the second upset match, and the biggest one, arguably, in the numbers discrepancy. I mean, Llama, you can see it even in 9's eyes.
It is incredible. They are feeling the excitement. The Jaspers have a chance here to try and use some sheriffs, do some damage. But realistically, unless they get more lucky than good, it is going to be round 11, rooted up for the Saints of Sienna. And with that Viper wall, just haven't been able to use it on the defensive side. Manhattan University struggling to string together defensive rounds. And, I mean, I don't blame them. It's Lotus. It's one of the tougher ones to play in the defense. But it is going to be a walkout. Maybe ill-advised here. If you lose your Viper, so much utility alongside of it. But it's got so much space already.
Time for a little bit of a crushing blow. This is going to be the call. Manpa sending in that Trailblazer, scouting out no eyes. You can play fast. There's a mid-range difference here. Checking out that mid back on T-spawn. There's one lurk, and that lurk is about to be gone. Well read, possibly. No, Puma wins it out. Spidey goes down. What a catch. Puma given an opportunity. 5v4 here. Manhattan getting a spark of life here at the last moment. But Ramen backing away. Only a pistol in hand. 28 HP. You can do some work.
The stun misses, though. Unfortunately, that is going to mean Rocker finds the first blood through the corner of the wall. Willie's got another. Rocker makes it a double, and it just seems too easy, but easy for who? Puma's got that upgrade. It's a 2v1. Rocker finds the third with the paint shells, and Puma tries to get the defuse, but Rocker's quadra kill puts Sienna up to 11. For an eco round, not too bad from Manhattan, but these are rounds you just cannot be losing, especially when things are so close.
And at this point, I am 100% assuming we are getting Manhattan just throwing everything at the wall. You have fully bought out. Next round, if you lose this one, if Sienna sit on series point, you will be out of money. You need to invest at least 2 ultimates. I want to see that Viper split. I want to see that overdrive. I want to see the Nightfall. I want to see everything used to give you a win.
And look at this. I mean, they're going to use their timing to step forward, take some space on Rubble. Does that mean they give up B for free? An early Boom Buddy and the Light of the Bird do initialize that setup. Manhattan University still those 4 ultimates to try and retake, but look at the space for Willy Billy. Them, Rocker, all of them have been stepping up the past couple rounds. Rocker finds the double. Puma trying to even back, and it's Bot Ramen. But guess what? The daggers are available. Spidey, is this their moment? Driving forward with all 5, misses them, and gets eaten alive by the utility, the Fae. The ultimate is there. Rocker finds the 3K. Even after the ultimates, even after the investments, Rocker is the GOAT off the quadra kill.
Match point.
Destruction for Rocker here, and it forces a mind-blowing timeout. Manhattan, your #1 seed in the MAAC Valorant playoffs, are on the brink of elimination.
And I can't believe it. I mean, you talk about after the reset, Sienna has not lost a single round. They are putting in the issue. They have really stepped things up. And what is going through the mind right now has got to be, again, for Manhattan, they have ultimates. They used 2 of them in that last round and could not find issue, but Sienna has none. I mean, you've just got to play smart on the defense now more than ever. You've got to string together 5 rounds. You can't even win in regulation for Manhattan. And these series have been close, but this would be, if Sienna wins in the next round or next couple, the biggest margin of victory in any map of this entire series.
Man, I don't know what was said in the interim. I don't know what happened that caused Sienna to just break out like this, but all I can say is I'm impressed. I doubted them from the early onset. I said that they were more slow playing it. They have come out with speed. They come out with the micro and the macro skills right now. They showed the star power once again, and they're hoping to carry themselves forward. I will never disrespect you again, I feel like.
Maybe a little disrespect on that dash, but yeah, nothing doing more than that. I mean, Rocker and Spidey have been having a heck of a series, and Spidey's just going to do it to him here. Swing it, just a Giga Chat gameplay, finds the headshot for free, and that's the takedown of the Neon. That's the removal of the speed on the retake, and Manhattan are left with just 4.
Silly times abound. Sienna just want more, it feels like. Manhattan, they know this is tricky. Do we try and save or do we try and fight him at the doorway? Looks like they're going to try and fight here. This could be that last sand. Couple dash in, but Bot Ramen was not cleared out of that corner. Bot Ramen with a Spectre! Like a ghost in the night! Drops 3 and might have just saved Manhattan's hopes at this game.
Both Rocker and Spidey are dead. Surely there's no way to clutch this one out. They do have the spike, and they've got about 15 seconds to go. Realistically, either a send to B, or a save at this point, and, well, that's what it's going to be, just a save away. With just those extra seconds, Manhattan will bide their time and try and save away all these rest of the rifles. Monpa's going to walk into the smoke, and the timing is done. An incredible 3K. Bucci's going to take down one more, and these weapons starting to fall. If there's a will, there's a way, and the Saints aren't out of the deep water quite yet.
But that was a dig and a half, and you know it. For Manhattan, you know, we saw those miracles earlier. It felt like Sienna getting a collat with a Bucky, you know, getting those moments. This feels like the miracle for Manhattan's side. They have been gifted another weapon round. They have been gifted a Viper's Pit once more. Actually, the Viper's Pit held over from previous. They need to use this wisely if they want a chance to continue on. They need to play 4 perfect rounds.
If you can start to slice down the economy, maybe. And this is how it starts. Your Braun needs to be on it. That shotgun has been so deadly through the course of the series. And this time delivered a dastardly blow to the starter front line, not only taking down 1, but forcing down 2 players low and forcing the heal very early from this sky. Yaron is going to stay on Rubble and try and find some extra.
Shell out. You're on the side. Great snipe number 1. Picked up weaponry here. Gets a third. Are you kidding me? Wait, they didn't check. Billy is the only one to see him. We're back in this position 4-2. Sienna. They're playing off to the same main side, but it's dangerous and you only have 45 seconds left. Puma knows that they have this awesome opportunity to clear them out. Before Sienna, it is a desperate measure. You don't really have time to rotate over, and if you did rotate, it'd be closer to B. Are you going to pull that trigger, or are you just going to go through tree? No, you're going to run it straight on in. It's a Hail Mary on this play. Let's see if they can pull it off. Nope, Puma locks it down 1. Bucci does the same. A+ for Puma on the finals at the end of the semester. It feels like Manhattan closed the gap by 1.
I mean, the Jaspers are they're not quitting, that's for sure. A #1 seed that they earned through regular season play is now starting to resurge. They win 1 more round, and realistically, that economy will start to shatter into some pieces. Only a combined $400 between Spidey and Willy Billy. But as those ultimates start to come on board, you start to wonder, especially not only with that Deadlock ultimate, but those Seekers, if they can use the information from Sienna to have a better hit, that is what can change a round.
I've got your trail.
Seekers going out. Sienna starting to get worried on their own. Very nice poison. Slows down this battle. And this rush on in an exceptional value. Manhattan calling that check and saying, guys, I'm going to raise you up a rotate. Sienna now being forced into this other position side. They want to play a little bit faster, but lost the momentum. Manhattan are the ones that saw them out. You can see Sienna now bottlenecked here on Mound. Not sure what to do next.
I mean, neither decision is correct, to be fair. You either walk into this Viper's Pit, or you walk into that Viper's wall on the other side. Especially with a mix, you can alter what some of those smokes do as well. So Rocker's just going to try and go in. Is it enough? No, it's not. But Ramen finds the first. Any trade? No. It's a double kill from the Veto. And Manpaw's going to try and do what they can. But Ramen is going to activate their secondary form here, the evolution, to try and evolve to the backside of sight. It's good for 3. Pulls out more. Billy takes him down. Dylan's got the cleanup, though. It is quick, fast, and in a hurry. A full house and another round conversion for Manhattan.
There's no way they do this, right? We're at the magic number, Llama. We're at 12-10. There's no way, right?
I mean, the economy shattered. This is going full regulation if Manhattan has anything to say about it, surely, right?
It's like it was written. It's like it was foretold by future psychics. Every map had to go 22 at least. Will it end here, or will we get our first OT and both teams hitting double-digit rounds per map? Ultimate available. In for Dylan. Mix ready to shove everyone against the wall, which is about the extent of it, what his ultimate can do. Sienna now tested on the back end, pinging out a long route through main. Shot 1, slows him down. Around the corner again. Yaren was waiting. Yaren gets one. Turns it around the side. Slides right in. Catches Rock off guard. Are you kidding me? But it's answered by a 2v2. Down to a 3v3. One of the better opportunities that Sienna has had in a while.
If they walk through that wall, I mean, B is free at this point. You have thrusted this deadlock wall into the backside of B to try and find the execute there. Manhattan still has their one ultimate in that Viper's Pit. Really good for the retake, but not necessarily good for the soul. That poison starts to eat it alive. A 3v3 with only 30 seconds left to go. And Sienna needs to decide where they're going to pull the trigger at.
They pull the trigger in mid, in that B position, but only one on it. You're waiting for the rest of the team to draw on in. This is a forced 3v3. Viper's Pit is available. You could try melt them down and just go for a Hail Mary swing. Free fires could be huge, but you don't want to invest, and you lose two off the rip. That's going to be it! Sienna University move on to the grand finals of the MAAC Valorant tournament.
You just have a Viper's Pit and you decide we're just not going to use it. We're just gonna dry swing 3v3. It works out for Sienna. They'll take it. They'll win the series. They'll find themselves not only the W, but also how about a reverse sweep? 2 maps in a row where it had to go basically the full distance. Arduous, a war of attrition, but the upset is complete. And boy, it has not struck midnight yet. The Cinderella story will continue for them as they earn their spot in the grand finals.
I have to apologize. To Sienna. I doubted them when we watched map 1. I knew they could fight. I didn't think they could win. Map 2, I was still unconvinced. Way too close for my liking. Map 3, they blew my expectations out of the water. 100% Sienna. Cinderella story. It's not going to stop at midnight even.
I mean, if it would, hopefully they'd get some rest for the next day tomorrow. But boy, oh boy, they've had a long day, but they've made the most of it. Upset over the 4 seed, upset over the 1 seed, and now they've locked themselves into the grand finals. I think there's still a lot of questions around this team because if Spidey and Rocker don't step up, it feels like they could realistically lose out on a series where they don't find that momentum and don't find those plays.
Yep.
But today, that was the answer. They did step up, so no reason to question it, even though most of the maps decided by less than 3 rounds here for our Valorant series on the day. Some incredible action between these two teams.
And I want even more. If that is a precursor to the grand finals better go to OT every single way. Quadruple OT, I'm calling it here. Someone's going to yell at me for that one. We are going to go to a very short break. When we come back, it's more possible. MAAC, we are actually going to hang out here for a little bit longer. I do apologize. Eyes out, though, because this has been awesome, to say the least. The MAAC continues to deliver action across the entirety of the esports side of things, and we gotta give a big shout out to all other participants that have made it so far, those that have fallen here in day 2, but those that have also made it into day 3.
Yeah, I mean, you remind us that it's a 3-day event, right? A lot of teams playing all the way through Friday through Saturday to try and get towards that championship Sunday, but respecting all the regular season and all the effort that all these different teams have put in. I think also a lot of credit to the teams that we got to watch today. I mean, Orbital, we've had an incredible slate of games with everything from Rocket League to Overwatch, and then tomorrow as well, we've got an even better slate of games. I know, it wouldn't be possible without 12 hours of esports action. What's better than that? Well, more esports action tomorrow. We start off our day over on the main stage where we will watch League of Legends, then over to Super Smash, then over to Rocket League. So some good finals there. And then the side stage will have Overwatch and then Valorant as their back-to-back championships.
Yeah, this is a treat and a half, and it wouldn't be possible without some of the amazing members across the entire wayside, those that play, but also those that help us create these opportunities. One of those amazing sponsors is Asus. You've heard about them so far, and we just want to give a heartfelt thanks once more to Asus ROG for powering this weekend's event with ROG G700s, their latest top performance desktops equipped with RTX 50 series. Asus ROG pledges to support esports and education with their next-gen technology, and we're glad that they are starting their mission through our event here with the MAAC today.
They've got some powerful systems and definitely happy to be a part of their system as well. We are going to take a little bit of a break here at MACC, so don't go too far.
I just wanna be alone. I don't need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. I'll save Baby, I just wanna be alone. I don't need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. I'll
Nothing cuts quite like a memory, especially one that you're trying to forget. But I can't find the energy to rewind and reset. I know you don't wanna be used, but you use me to build up. You build up to break me down. How does it feel? How does it feel to knock me around? I won't make a sound. I won't make a sound until I hit the ground. I won't make a sound. So don't shoot me down. Alright, we're not broken. We're just getting off the ground. Afraid of the Sometimes I lack the bravery, 'cause I know I fear the end. One day we'll see a victory. Carry on until the sun will set. To break me down. How does it feel? How does it feel to knock me around? I won't make a sound. I won't make a sound until I hit the ground. I won't make a sound. So don't shoot me down. Alright, we're not broken. We're just getting off the ground. I hope you're better make my way into the dark. I gotta get to you.
visions like I've been here before. Falling faster, I try to ignore. I see you, I see you. I'll let you drag me to hell if you hold my hand. Tell me this is real and it will never end. This is not what I came here to find. Memories show that I'm out of time. See a shadow, don't know if it's mine, but I see you, I see you, I see you, I see.
We aren't looking for just anybody to join the Space Force.
We're calling on all late-night coders, early morning gamers, self-proclaimed space geeks, stargazing science junkies, tireless trailblazers, daydreamers, and especially square peg and a round hole type thinkers. To shape the force that protects our interest in space and our everyday lives on Earth, the only force created for the 21st century.
We need people like you.
So consider this your invitation.
Welcome back, everybody. Still here at the MAAC for our Esports Championships, day number 2. Orbital and myself, Lamasodi. So we've been here all day, but we are still here for the final series of Valorant. Orbital, we've got another best of 3, and if it's anything like our previous series, it's gonna be a good one.
It should be, because this is going to determine the other grand finalist tomorrow. Both sides have been fighting so hard. Everyone in this bracket so far has made it so interesting. And as you said, I really do hope that it is going to be a good matchup. I know the teams are quite tired. I know they've been playing throughout the day already, so it's been a slog, and I understand that. But we respect and appreciate every single viewer, every single attendee, every single competitor, and every single venue attendee as well. It has been an amazing day of matches, not just over the Valorant side, but over League of Legends, over SSBU, over Rocket League, over every single title here in this championship.
It's been good. I mean, everybody's really brought their A game, and for all the different schools, we're seeing kind of what esports title has risen to the top for a lot of them. They have different specializations in these different esports, and different of them are winning multiple different championships as well. So for our final matchup here today, going to be a good one. Obviously, we've got to lock in our final Valorant champion. We've already seen the number 5 Sienna team go for the upset. So whoever wins this one definitely is going to have their hands full in terms of that championship, but can't think ahead to the forward game because we saw what happened to the number 1 seed.
Yep, and I really don't want to harp on it too much, because I don't think it was really, I don't think it was Manhattan's fault or anything. It's just Sienna decided to show up on the day. I mean, that is what a playoff buff will do to you. I mean, if anyone remembers back in the day of the TSM playoff buff, they could be sitting on like 6th and be able to run the show. I mean, we're looking at, even if you play League of Legends, T1, they're a team that historically in their region has not exactly been top of the tables whenever it comes to playoffs, whenever it comes to Worlds. They somehow get a massive boon of energy. I'm expecting that a little bit more here as well.
I mean, T1's a fun example. They always seem like they're out of playoffs and then they find a way back in and find ways to win world championships. But that also goes to some of their stellar players. And you talk about the fakers of the world, where you had back in that previous series some big players like Rocker step up and make the team known for all of their specializations. So I guess we'll have to see when we hop here into this next series, kind of who is going to be the faker of the world and step up to be the leader of the kill leaderboard and try and deliver here in this best of 3, because I feel like losing in the quarterfinals is tough, but losing right here when you're one step away from the championship is always even tougher.
Yeah, there is something to be said about the weight and pressure against you, and it does wear on you after a while. It's what causes some people to actually make, small mistakes, some faults, and I think the main thing that I want competitors to think about is don't think about the fact that, yeah, if you fall here, you're out, and your playoff run is over. I understand that. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I want you to know is you worked hard to be here. At the same time, you worked extremely hard to make it to the semifinals. You are technically the top of that division side. You have fought through the quarterfinals to make it here, and you deserve to give yourself that glory. We got Sacred Heart University going up against Fairfield University. For Sacred Heart University, it is Panini, as well as Condor, Raki, Eagle, and then Asia Ken for that roster.
And then on the other side, facing off against them will be Fairfield Esports, featuring Electric, Lou, Meech, Heck, and Tapped. So some pretty good rosters, some pretty good names, and obviously for these two teams, a lot on the line. We said it, but these 5 players from either side are going to have to step up. And, when we've seen Fairfield earlier today, we've seen their Overwatch team, we've seen some of their other teams across some other titles. They are fighters, so this is not going to be an easy series by any means for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, I am fully expecting a little bit of a slobber knocker. Even if map 1 goes a definitive way, I am fully expecting teams to kind of be able to bounce back and cause a little bit of chaos. I mean, that is what it means to play in this kind of environment, and that's what I want to see out of the teams. I want to see. Wow. Okay. Nope. My brain tricked me. It is Haven, Pearl, and split at the end there, so gonna be quite interesting.
I like the Pearl. I think it's another one of those kind of off-meta picks. Fracture taken immediately off the board. Haven, more of a staple, just like you said with that last one in Split. But I'm excited to see where Pearl truly goes, and we are wasting no time. Fairfield University starting on the defense. Sacred Heart University starting on the attack. It's the final series of our mainstream and the final matchup of Valorant before we lock in our champions.
Well, not exactly champions, but lock in our championship match, our contenders at the end, Lava. That's what we're looking for here. Very, very excited. I want to see what can be done. Fairfield, eyes out on the defensive end. We also didn't talk about it before. I believe it was Manhattan on attack, all 3 maps. I wasn't able to catch a glimpse, but I do believe Fairfield is looking to be bouncing back and forth between defense and offense to start. So for SHU, doing the exact same. Compositionally, about the same as well. This will be fun.
Yeah, nothing super different from at least the Neon side of things, but after you get past that, the smokes, you get the Omen, and then the Killjoy versus the Cypher, always a pretty big, interesting decision, I guess, between the two of them. Meech and the rest of the crew are going to head over towards mid, as it looks like an attacking side is going to try and use some of those longer pistols to get it done. It's Asia Ken who does find the headshot, and they're quickly trampled away. It's a 4v4 to start things off in the pistol.
Cover going out.
Loving it so far. Condor making a quick strike on Electric as well. So far, Fairfield in a little bit of rougher position on the attack. Have to break in. Haven is a difficult spot to be in. They tried to go for the more easy B site. It was challenged by Sacred Heart, and now for Fairfield, you're going through Garage. It's not going to be too much W value, but Lou went for a much more aggressive window stance. Took a 1-for-1. Beautiful job. Each with a quick trip break. And now you're in a 2v3. Can you pull off this retake defense?
You've definitely got the members to do it. And you've got the information as well with that Sova. The question is going to be, can you find the kills? They've already got the flash going in, and it's going to be 1-for-1s all day long. But those 1-for-1s will work in your favor. Raki finds himself a double kill, and it'll be Sacred Heart striking first.
Strong play, very comfortable, and, a solid position. I am loving the pace of play. This one didn't feel as technically crazy, if that makes sense. I mean, the last match set the bar pretty high for excitement, I feel like, right? But this one feels like a little bit more simple at the end of the day, so I appreciate it.
I like the factor that we've kind of broken down here into this final series, and for these two teams, you know what's in front of them, and you know exactly who you're going to be playing. So the opponent across the screens from you are the only thing that's in front of you right now that's standing in your way. And for Fairfield on this attacking side, all they're going to have is just a couple of sheriffs. but especially going down C long, those can get very dangerous very quickly.
Well, let's see how it goes. Quick dash in. Fairfield going for the much faster route of straight through the opening. Chase down C long, said, guys, let's go. Pistols out, ready to fire. Smoke covering a little bit of that advantage. Fairfield do have the plant, but they aren't able to get it down. Lou with the right click gets one. That's going to be a beautiful scan, though. But it doesn't matter, as Meech and Electric electrify the arena. Great plow and Sacred Heart are left down to one. Condor at least is able to answer back, but it's a spicy one at that. Fairfield take a chance and a gamble and make it happen.
I mean, just the SMG here. Not the HP, and Tech will deliver. So Fairfield, we said, those Sheriffs can have to be very, very good if you're looking for those long-range angles, crunches, and especially trying to overrun the sites. We said the same thing about Lotus. We'll say the same thing here. 3-site maps are very hard to play the defense on just because of how you have to split your resources, and Sacred Heart just could not react to all of the speed that was coming their way. If Fairfield can keep playing like that, definitely have a good angle here for this map. Of course, just the start of this map number 1. They will buy back in as they crush the economy of Sacred Heart.
Very stalwart play here. They're going to try and run it back, as that shock did not land where they thought it was going to go. Went a little bit high. Recon all the way to the back. Shock to try and clear this front corner of C. But with multi-triggers in there, they've drawn enough information. Sacred Heart drawn to the C site. Fairfield taking the opportunity to speed their way over to A, but Condor reading this one like a book, saying, guys, I hear him down the row. I can't really contend against it, but I'll try my best.
Just the classic this time to try and play that defense. Sacred Heart looking to try and build up their defense with a few more members, but right now it is already too little too late. Eagle already finds one, though, and maybe it's a thrifty reversal. Heck says no, not this time. Double kills him through the SMG angle. And it means Fairfield University has got some control on the low ground. With an extra set of smokes and paranoia coming in, they get the flash, and it's good enough to delay, but Heck is good enough for the quadra kill.
Go, go, go.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Fairfield really showing who's stepping up, and that is something that we also did not see last time either. Fairfield, 6-4-3-1-0, very spread on the KDA so far, which I appreciate. It means everyone's kind of getting a piece of the action so far. And for Fairfield, that's important. You want to have a lot of stars stepping forward, a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and keep the lead as best as possible. For Sacred Heart, they're just going to take their time. This is going to be the first big weapon exchange of this series, and they want to do it right.
Everything kind of messed up from that early initial second-round loss, but Asiaken is going to deliver off a headshot, so great start here from Sacred Heart. That's exactly what they need to move the needle forward. They've got that run it back from the Phoenix, too, so just in case they need an extra life here in this round, that ultimate is available. But we'd love to see them save it for a possible retake that's necessary. And all the while for Fairfield, they're kind of trying to take space over towards mid. They've got that turret to try and catch out some extra damage. But right now, Sacred Heart is giving them no information to play off of.
Will that work to their advantage or not? That's left up to the players to decide. Fairfield walking a little bit in, recognizing that one might be a window, but not taking advantage of it. Instead, it's sending 3 down connector. They're going to crisscross applesauce. Those laser beams and those alleyways might cause some problems as Asiaken slams Heck into the wall. And then answer back as Asiaken gets a third. Nasty play by SHU, and they say, hey, we gave you no info. You definitely weren't expecting that.
It was a good cut down, too, because they had all that Cypher utility just littered across the ground. Should be fine for garbage pickup. Fairfield going to pick up the spike and try and work it here off of Lou. 1v4 in front of him. Gates down the first. Can't get down the second, though, as Panini able to get the headshot, able to figure things out, and Sacred Heart will immediately equalize. So we stay even at 2-2.
Very, very solid. Sacred Heart, I appreciate the fact that they were able to pull that off very, very cleanly. Fairfield now, though, are sitting with 3 ultimates to go, and this can be huge. Once again, Heck, Lou, and Meech, these 3 that have entered site multiple times, they're ready to ramp it up. I expect a Rolling Thunder. If you're going down C long, just pop it in that alcove. you'd be able to do a lot of damage to SHU there.
I'm gonna push things the extra issue here with some of those extra shields, obviously the big old weapons to work with. And I think an incredible chance here for Fairfield to use some of their own ultimates, where you've got Neon ultimates on either side with those blazing fast speeds. Can enter. There's no Cypher Tripwire actually denying them entryway from C Long, but a double stun comes on through, and nobody is going to investigate off of it.
Yeah, but that's a heavy investment as well. I think you're actually going to take this chance. You say, okay, the Neon is kind of fresh out of util. Maybe we can get that push in. You got 55 seconds. This is very doable. You're sending a long lurk towards A as well. This might cause you to turn around in this midsection. Unless you're looking to force, you don't really have the time. You got to make the call here. There's a Rolling Thunder. In you go. Heck dancing forward. And Eagle meets you right there. The doctor is in and writes your prescription. But Electric and Lou don't want to take it to the pharmacy. They instead go their own way. Tapped will help out. And Fairfield show them what's up. Clearing out C site. And SHU Raki going to try their best to manage out. Pop out. Electric on the back end, kind of spotted, but Raki knows this ain't exactly going to go their way.
3v1, 21 bullets here, will get the flash out. Should be a free kill, but Lou gets that one well blinded. And it is Fairfield that strike back themselves. So this time around, they just really forced the issue well. I like their hit on C, I like the space that they're able to take there. And realistically, neither team's economy has really been able to stabilize for how many deaths, how back and forth this map has been so far. So seeing it already start to fall apart here for Sacred Heart, you wonder if the Pioneers can maybe save over a few dollars from Raki finding some kills off this hero rifle.
Snuff them out.
Yeah, I would wonder about that as well. See if it works out for them, but Fairfield, more than willing to dance to the tune of Ace site, has been untouched majority share of this play, and they know that SHU are going to try and play a little bit faster. In they go, quick TP from the shadows, spots one underneath, but that's your teammate. It's all about the battle. Condor pops out with Bucky, knocks one down and away, but Meech was able to respond. 3-4, fake TP, Meech still under heaven. Spike is picked up, but Eagle sends one screaming down long on A. And is able to pick off Electric. We're in a 3v3. Sacred Heart making this very messy.
Fairfield has got very defensive positions. They're okay with just kind of sitting, waiting for Sacred Heart to have to push the issue. Lou has got that headshot and taken down Panini. You also got trapped from the back line. Meech just cleans it up, and Lou finds the double kill. So Fairfield, even though they get the spike down, they place in incredible post-play positions and rack up back-to-back rounds.
That's what you want, playing at an appropriate pace. And now with that lockdown, which I know Electric is more than ready to do on that KO, I expect it to be fully utilized in this position. Fairfield had done very well with the fast pushes. They've let Lou get a very large chunk in there and pick up the orb as well as an extra kill. You could be sitting on that Rolling Thunder one more time. So a little bit of a bum rush through A might not be a bad position to work with.
Especially if you, like you talk about, have that lockdown on the KJ. Push things in, see what you can investigate here with this owl drone. It isn't going to find anything immediately, and won't find anything in general. Now the question is, obviously with that Phoenix on the other side, that shock dart hitting your teammate, maybe just trying to let him know you still got those darts available. And Fairfield is actually going to use this lockdown very, very early on in the round.
I think this is a really nice space taker. You cover all of B. You look to try and cover some of the entrances into the A and C. Tapped, using that time to say it's free real estate. Tapped is continuing on. Same with Heck. This is Fairfield lighting up that scoreboard and more. Sacred Heart unable to respond thanks to the earlier rounds. And they take it as clean as a whistle. Flawless with only their Neon taking most of the damage.
I mean, that was a round that Tapped did a lot of really good work, not only finding the triple kill, but also being able to turn around at the right time, being able to know when and where to force out his pincers, and really start to put the pressure down on Sacred Heart, who could never really find a clean team fight. They were just playing these 1v2s and 1v3s, and they are going to overinvest this time, looking to bring out those Buckies and deal some damage on the shotgun side of things. Right, he's going to upgrade to the Marshall, but again, won't have as much effect because Fairfield has those full shields.
And for Fairfield, you're okay with that one. Much happier about this current stance. Feels like things are going your way. We've seen games twist, but for the moment you have a +3 in the round score. You're able to kind of float on that one. And this time changing up pace. Earlier rounds quite fast. This one much slower, burning time off the clock. Will only take a moment, but now you hear the aggression over on A. This is a whole different story. Now you're almost forced into the seaside push. And there you go. Launches forward, walls up a little bit slow, but still able to cover. He dance right on in. Heck, though, getting close and way too close to Condor. Tapped and Meech, though, able to make an answer and clear seaside.
I mean, the rotation, 2 through mid is just beautiful. Electric is going to find an extra Phoebe over on Panini. And it's a takedown of the turret back through mid. Wasn't active anyways, but AsiaCan now reveals their location. Slides it for the pistol kill. Beautiful little headshot. It may not win them the round, but it will give them the Phantom upgrade. Blue's got the cut down from spawn, and Tapped once again finds a multi-kill. Fairfield have unlocked the Hunter's Fury and have unlocked 6 rounds.
Not only that, they've unlocked a timeout. SHU being forced into this position after Fairfield had taken a very convincing 6 rounds. And I gotta say, I wonder what SHU are kind of thinking about, because Fairfield have played this very tactically quick-paced. I guess that's the best way to put it. They've been very tactically quick. Once they hear information, you know, that a log push by Sacred Heart, you saw the immediate entrance of Fairfield kind of throwing their own safety to the wayside. I appreciate it, though. It's very, very convincing from Fairfield, where they know what they want to do. They're not being surprised by anything, and they're really trusting their own skills to come out on top.
And I like that they're kind of trusting each other, too, with these kind of pushes inside C long. You have to isolate angles, but you have to, you know, only one player can look only one way for so long. So being able to execute those together and the trust that they have in each other right now from the Stags is working out. For Fairfield, they've got a 4-round advantage, and after the timeout, trying to see if they can extend it. From Sacred Heart, they had some stuff to talk about going into this full rifle round. It is a lot of ultimates as well that they could use for those counters, but just trying to look for the setup. They'll go back to the 2-1-2.
Right here. Ready. Right here. Right here.
I like this call out. You can hear playing window for what feels like one of the first times in a while. At least one will be worried about that push forward. I think that's the right call, saying, hey, for SHU, if they're taking a timeout, they might try something a little bit spicy. But so far, no action in the B mid. Fairfield going to look down this long side. It will be a body out. Double swing, though. Condor still able to make first blood. Beautiful job there. You've done your job. You're going to call 2 back over to your side. Fairfield now looking to continue, but I have to recognize that a push came in and a rotate, so 2 might be looking down that super side. That's the danger factor. Shell shock to the corner. Good TP out, and Meech completes the bamboozle. Well done by the Omen.
And look at all this noise being made over towards the window side on C. You get a freebie from Raki because you were definitely good on where that location was coming from. A good enough split makes it a 3-3 angle for both these two teams. Fairfield has that Hunter's Fury, and Tapped has got to know somebody probably stuck around. We'll check right first is going to send the Aldrone. Get the job done. Walk in for Panini. Finds one. Tapped will get the quick trade. And we're back into a clutch scenario. Hunter's Fury and Run It Back both still available as Eagle's going to walk their way into sight and the plant will go down.
Kind of crazy that Tapped has always seemed to find a lot of these frags, a lot of these moments. Just kind of given this right opportunity, and they do it once more. A little bit of the Run It Back. Heck, this time repositioning. I think you can call him out a little bit. However, Raki should be ready. Slowly walk forward and you spot them. Beautiful job. Fairfield with a 7th on the board this half. Very much theirs.
I'm out of here.
I mean, Heck has had a heck of a half here. That pun was definitely not intended. It is late at night. Either way, Fairfield, you have to have him check all those angles. And for Sacred Heart, you had everything in front of you. You had those early picks. Like you said, you had the trades through mid. The rotations were good as well. But it's just coming down to solo effort. And Lou and Tapped right now are both over double-digit kills. Both of them have got an ultimate as well. Meech will tag alongside that with a From the Shadows. And it's another eco round from Sacred Heart University.
At this point, you're kind of flustered, I think, for SHU. You're wondering what's going wrong here. It feels like you are just getting pressed for time, and maybe you're not really leaning into the fact that Fairfield are willing to gun check you at the end. Now, this Hunter's Fury could be useful. Whenever I see a Hunter's Fury on the defensive end, I always assume you're going to be a little bit more inclined to give oversight and just wait for the plant to go down and take a couple free pot shots, see if you can catch some damage there. At the same time, though, you know Fairfield has their own, so if the plant goes down, it's a rebuttal Hunter's Fury. If you can kind of recognize that, you should assume that the Sovas have theirs up at this point.
And it's kind of a game of chicken as well, because for Fairfield, they do have that KJ, and you do have that lockdown ultimate. You want to get that Hunter's Fury out before you use your next lockdown. It's a dual-sided initiation, at least here in this round, as a lot falls on the teleport faked up from Panini, who's delivered to the grave. It's a double from Electric. The Outlaw connects again, unpunished for their crimes of a double murder, and Fairfield's got the site.
Alarm bot out.
That's definitely one way to make a statement. SHU recognizing that even with lower buy output, this is going to be destructive. I love the coverage that both teams are currently giving here. Long ways down, connector held by Heck, which leads to Eagle's death. And that's a big pick! Make it 4, baby! Electric electrifying once again on a flawless round.
This scoreboard is pretty ugly. It looked close at the start. Sacred Heart was starting to build up rounds, and it is 6 straight. 8 of the last 9 rounds for Fairfield University as they can continue to deliver over and over and over again. And we talk about a well-rounded team. They are separated in kills by only 3 from the top of their leaderboard to the bottom of their leaderboard. To say they are ready to go is an understatement.
I mean, the only question is how far can they go, right? To me, that's the only question that I'm really looking at. That's a snapshot through the wall. Very nice pre-fire. I think that's what that was. And Electric's like, dude, that hurt. 7 HP. Asiaken is able to finish it off. Well polished on the operator duel. As I give that the sniper duel at the end.
I like it. You bring out the Outlaw, give you a little bit of an upgrade on that side. It's a 1-for-1 trade inside a bid, and Eagle's not going to find anything off of their initial spray, so they will drop the cage off. Fairfield still looking to go back and grab that spike before they try to engage wherever they're going. 2 really big ultimates still with that Rolling Thunder. Heck has been really decisive on where they want to go. Can't land the shot, but the shot doesn't land on them either. So that lane will cut off things, and they're going to move things over to try and 2v1 over on this Sova. Condor's going to get caught out. Lou finds the easy, and a 4v3 turned into a 3v2.
I mean, that's just how Fairfield likes it, though. Let's be honest. They're always willing to kind of play this name game, and Tapped is on one as well. The spree continues for this Sova.
30 seconds left.
I don't think it's going to stop at all. Snapshot on the side. Hex slides right on past, and Asiaken could not follow. Well played, Fairfield on 9 right now.
And it's, we sound like a broken record, but Fairfield University just has so many different players that are stepping up right now. They are shutting down everything Sacred Heart wants to do. Now, again, we say that with a grain of salt because Sacred Heart is playing from a 3-site defensive map where 4 or 5 rounds is well and enough. 2, maybe not. We'll see if they can find that lucky number 3 and try and pull off that curse that has already happened one time today. Heck says, okay, I'm done with that stinking Outlaw. Bring me the operator and bring me their heads.
Go, go, go.
I like that. Bring me their heads. Let me take some bodies. Raki saying, no, absolutely not. We will take one for ourselves. Very nice Vandal kill. They'll walk back a little bit further, though, as a little bit more push from Fairfield this time around. Drone goes out, spotted, destroyed. Hunter's Fury to snap, and it is aimed a little bit closer with the Rolling Thunder as well. They will completely negate Raki out. And that's the line that you want to see. Answer for answer. Call back, though. Overdrive being put into motion for SHU's side. That's a dangerous corner to go for if you're entering through A.
Asiaken having that ultimate actually expire will bring out the shotgun here to try and bring some dazzlation. Well, they'll land some shots. They will take down the spike. However, the site is falling apart. Lou's already got that kill. Do they watch up towards the high ground? They have to wait until the smoke expires. And Asiaken's found the double off the upgraded rifle. It is Sacred Heart activating 9-3.
Solid stuff, and it only took a moment. Well played, well timed. SHU in the final round of the half create a little bit more space for themselves. Now let's see if the curse is real, because Llama, it's there on our screen. We have to call it out. Happened last time where Sienna really took it to town, was down quite a bit and able to battle back. For Fairfield, I know you're feeling that way. You watched the match earlier go down.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just hoping it's not you. You're hoping that you can close it out here on this map number 1. They get to move back to the defensive side, so we'll have to see how their creativity works. Again, they don't have many physical barriers to try and deny them into those sites like the Cypher. What they do have is a Killjoy and a lot of utility that can be split across 2 sites. Speaking of the Killjoy, Electric gonna drop some alarms here early. It's gonna reveal that a garage hit is coming. A Paranoia will slow it down, however.
And with that slow SHU, kind of wondering, where do we go from here? We haven't gotten too much info. We thought about infiltrating on A, but we need to clear the center. We need to have a little bit more info and tactile advantage. Asiaken, Duelist on this Neon, getting checked on the other side, but so far on this attack, very willing to pressure up in this pistol round. No major magic though. Fairfield holding steady.
The pressure's got to continue with just under 60 seconds to go. Beautiful shots from Asiaken. It's about a 50 for 50 trade. The walkout from Electric is good. That's a crazy Lambo swing. Finds the headshot. And now it's a flip on its head from Sacred Heart. Oh, are they just going to walk into Tapped here? Yes, sir, they are. There's the first. Camera tags them. Who cares? Tapped will tap their heads. Find the double kill. And with the spike carrier down, Fairfield's got this round in their back pocket.
30 seconds left.
Insane work coming in here. Eagle trying to do the exact same back, but Tapped is on another level. For their namesake, they are playing so dang strong.
I mean, that's a huge one to win as well. We talk about the struggle of kind of getting rounds on this defensive side. That's one of the rounds that you definitely want to win if you're Sacred Heart. Those easy 50-50s. Now they're going to have to put in a lot more work. It's not going to be a force-up. I think that's the smarter of the 2 options, at least because they didn't get that many kills to work off of. So it's just going to be those classics and see how much damage they can do.
Scanning ahead.
Out goes the recon. Going for a slow start, but you know as soon as you want that pistol, it's all about that mid play. This is a standard tactic everywhere, but Asiaken, maybe not aware of the fact that you were going to melt on the fire of the nano machines. Take your pick. Meet with the Guardian, making it live to its name, as that is a clean out of the mid. Fairfield showing you how it's done.
I mean, that was kind of incredible from Fairfield. They made a little bit of a gamble where Lou and a couple of the other players didn't actually invest that heavy. So they'll actually be able to upgrade into some of those better rifles going here. Lou's still a choice to make with 4,000 credits in the bank. And for Sacred Heart, I mean, Orbital, this is it. If they don't win this round, their economy is gone.
You hate to see it, but it is 100% true. And running into that final, it would be rough to see that final round of this map. It would also be a huge bolster for Fairfield to end a map at 13-3 is the confidence boost you need on a LAN environment. Asiaken, though, says it's not over till it's over, sets up that highway, tries to speed on in. Are you going to get speed checked? Nah, no speed trap here. You hide out in the corner, wait for the opposing side. Sprays through the smoke, no registry hits. Fairfield ready for the retake.
Early send in with the Paranoia. That smoke expiring to cut off the spawn side. They're going to walk in all together. Asiaken has already found the first headshot. Low health bars on everybody from Sacred Heart. And Fairfield is starting to run their way in. Beautiful shot through the box. How many more can Lou get? 3v3. Stun on through. Condor's got him. Tap gets the trade. They've got to get this player cleared out of garage. And Eagle is blinded away. But who cares? A 2v1. The health bars are abysmal. As Eagle goes back to survive. A fake of the defuse will not scare them. Sacred Heart deliver a much needed round win.
I find them. I kill them.
Exemplary work from SHU. Breath of fresh air. The full buyout worked, and granted, it was their purchasing power. We saw that full zone out. This is where it matters, right? Full guns in Fairfield's hands. They're ready to go on the defense. Sacred Heart need this win, or else they are going to be punished into the ground. and they know it. I want to see them play strong, and I want to see them play fast.
Let's see if they can do those two things, and the strength trying to send the arm down the sewer side. It's everybody stunned. Asiaken wants to do it with a shotgun, but won't find it in time. Decides it is their time still. Running fast. Contour will still find the headshot untapped. That's a great entry. We're denying the information as Asiaken just denies them a life to live on. It's through the smoke. It's a double kill from Asiaken. And that Neon has solely delivered them a 5v2.
SHU starting to wake up here. Asiaken, first one on the site like usual, but Electric gets a freebie through that cage. Meech does the same. No way. No way they pull this off. Miracle kills throughout a lot of these smokes and these denials of vision. Meech, though, tagged out as Eagle. Got a good read. Heard the TP. Electric, though, knocking one out. Channeling tapped energy. I'm gonna find another. No, you can't. Panini making up a sandwich underneath there. Capturing the 5th for SHU.
It's a lot of good rounds in a row, and it's a good start here towards this second half. After losing what was that pistol and the conversion afterwards, it's all sheriffs coming through from Fairfield University as they try to deal some damage. They are the ones still kind of in this driver's seat. We're just 2 rounds away from victory at any moment. They're also getting very close to some of those ultimates. You talk about the retaking ultimates like that Hunter's Fury. They are 1 away from. For Electric, 3 away from that lockdown. That's also very, very good on that retake side.
Smoke covered, sent out.
Cover going out.
Double it up here. Easy access for SHU. Fairfield, of course, not really having the weaponry. Don't want to force this. If they can find the lockdown, though, on the far end, if they can catch this A-long position, maybe there's some magic to be had here. Double up on 2. Eagle able to lock it down, but Lou, Heck, and Tab bring out the sheriffs. Put them all in jail is what they're saying as Asiaken is trying to cover around the backside, but you got to be worried. You lost your teammates. You're down to a 2v4. No way. Fairfield might have made the magic, and they do. Meech! Perfect timing with the sheriffs. Barrel stuffed on one side, Lou on the other. Fairfield put themselves on map point.
I mean, I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. 5 sheriffs and a dream? I guess don't ever forget about the dream. That's the moral. It is, like you said, series on the ropes of map number 1 going to its end. It's still being a best of 3. You gotta win 2, but this would be a heck of a start. Now, Sacred Heart does have 5 ultimates. So, again, my biggest fear, Orbital, I wake up with night sweats of players that don't invest their ultimate and die with it at the end of maps.
100%. And you got 5. This is all you got to do here. Low weapon output, but you got the ultimates. You got the way to rock the socks off. And that's why Heck might be chasing, recognizing this is the play. Tries to chase, almost gets one. Not able to finish. Hard spray catches on the other end. Hunter's Fury rips through on the other side. Fairfield ready to wreck. But it's a 1-for-1 at the end. Maybe not enough space there. They call one more time. Lou ready down the spray. Lou with the double. Meets with the secondary. Tab moving into play. Llama, they do it. Fairfield overcome and take map number 1.
The irony of jokes over you're dead while the entirety of your team falling apart right beside you. I mean, talk about an aggression play. That entire half played very, very solidly. Didn't need to play aggressive. And then Fairfield pulled the wild card out and just send it down C-long for the victory. But really built off of that Sheriff round where they found the issues. They found those kills working together. And specifically, they played a 3v2 in perfection on the backside to get that flank. And then just ran over the site as well. For the Stags, they're trying to pick up even more championship bursts throughout the day today. And they're on a good start as they win map number 1.
And I want to talk about the key factor that made it happen, something I have continuously beaten into our viewers' brains, which I apologize for. The confidence, the level of excellence to just push against the ultimates, against an outnumbered status. That was immaculate from Fairfield. I want to see it again, and for SHU, maybe they can try it on the opposite end. Either way, this has been a banger of a map 1.
Well, map number 2 of Pearl should be even more exciting. Before we go there, we're going to head to a short break, give the players a moment to rest, and us as well. So don't go too far. We'll see if Fairfield can close it out right after this.
We aren't looking for just anybody to join the Space Force.
We're calling on all late-night coders, early morning gamers, self-proclaimed space geeks, stargazing science junkies, tireless trailblazers, daydreamers, and especially square peg in a round hole type thinkers. To shape the force that protects our interest in space and our everyday lives on Earth, the only force created for the 21st century.
We need people like you.
So consider this your invitation.
Welcome back, everybody. Still here at the MAAC Esports Championship. Day number 2 continues now. And of course, again, if you like that ad, make sure to go check out spaceforce.com. Check out some different careers that are available. But Orbital here into this second map. Fairfield looking very dominant. The Yoink Away Sacred Hearts map pick, they're set up for success as they're already up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, and I fully expect it to kind of continue. Fairfield showed a level of dominance that we haven't seen here on stream today, but it's no surprise. Fairfield coming in as, I believe, the returning champions, maybe dropped a single game in the regular season, but by no means undeterred. I mean, Tapped looked like a monster out there, and I have to give credit. You know, you were talking about, fighting the last round with ultimates up. I can't even fault, SHU. I had to give credit to where credit is due. Fairfield knew that it might be an ultimate rush at the very end, sent it with confidence. Like, that is a level of play from champions that you always hope to see. This inspires a lot of confidence if you're a Fairfield fan.
Well, we'll see if they can once again bolster up their fan base as we head on to Pearl. Another interesting map selection here, and we're directly into that agent select for it. And I like the fade. I like the information gained from that. I think that for Sacred Heart, they're going to try and play around this Vise, try and lock down the sites, and especially once they get there, use that sheer wall. But the problem is there's also a Vise on the other side, and there's also things like the Tejo to help deal some damage. And that's a scary prospect, Orbital, putting Tapped on the Tejo.
Yeah, I mean, Tapped is going to have some fun with this one, I think. Playing a lot of those kind of space controlling and flushing out of an opponent, giving them extra tools to kind of bounce damage off of. And then, you know, Electric and Meech both having the opportunity to do the same. Heck, it wasn't even Heck and Lou that were really the big playmakers for Fairfield side. It felt like, obviously, it was these controllers, these initiators, and the Sentinels. But Sacred Heart this time, on their own map pick, able to take advantage and start this off, hopefully on the right foot.
Trying to bait out that sheer wall very early. That is going to be a trend all through and throughout this map. It's going to be a slide in as they are isolated here. Asia Ken has to do the work just himself. And it's damage on one, and maybe they will just do it themselves. A double kill to start off this one as Eagle comes in for their own double kill. And it's all down to a 1v5. Heck, what you got in you?
I mean, Heck's had a lot. In this instance, you got to clear 5 perfectly with the pistol. That's a little bit harder to pull off. Information given away. You can't even get a kill. Nice, flawless for Sacred Heart University to kick off this round. And this map's out.
Yeah, not bad. Hey, pistol rounds were kind of what costed them that second half and really started tumbling things out of control. So why not start it off with a W? And you know, this map is pretty interesting, right? You get this kind of attacking side that has a lot of different highways to access different things, but at sometimes it can kind of feel like if you're on the defensive side and you get some long-range weaponry to set up down B long, and then you just get some mid-defense, it can be a very intricate map to try and work through from the attacking side. So, interested to see how the Pioneers continue to try and assault here in this first half.
I think if I'm looking at anything, I fully expect Fairfield to kind of just push their way in. They were aggressive last time, but this time on the defensive end. Shelling out that long, down B long, gives so much info over to SHU. For SHU, knowing this map inside and out, you're going to play it smart, play it slow, recognize that, hey, for Fairfield, they got to rotate, they don't have weaponry, let's play it close to the vest, let's check our corners. I like what they're doing here. SHU giving them the best possible chance to get a clean plant.
Fairfield, though, are here. They have predicted right. Electricity is going to find that first one. And it's going to be 2 straight kills off the pistol. Nice blinds. They'll go 2 for 2. Tapped is going to try and find the extra. Asia Ken, all they've got left is just a Bulldog and a Dream, and the Dream is dead. The Thrifty is alive, and so is the economy for Fairfield.
That shook their confidence.
And yet again, it's the player on your screen right now, Tapped, double knives, saying, I have the dexterity to pull this off. A ridiculous save to kind of flabbergast SHU. And this is beyond the scope of we know how to play the round. That was just straight up individual skill powering through.
And at the end of the day, it was kind of a 50-50 that their gamble actually paid off on the rotation. But it's good enough. That's what happens when you reduce the luck factor. We'll see what the Pistols do this time for Sacred Heart. They're going to walk forward right into Electric. It's a flash away. Lou still finds the double. Do you believe in magic? It is 2 straight double kills and a flawless round from the Stags.
I mean, as fast as the freaking wind right there. Fairfield clear them out. I feel like Sacred Heart kind of recognized what was going to happen too. And, you know, on some of your save, on some of your econs, you recognize what's going to happen. You just try your best. You try and push forward. Fairfield did it before with all, I believe it was Sheriffs, right? Just cleared out an opposing side on SHU. Couldn't really make it happen, but this time you got the guns and you had the availability. Let's see if Sacred Heart is able to fight back, if they're able to get this 4th round of the map. It's
rifles for basically everybody, all except for one. 2-1 here for Fairfield to lead the overall series score 1-0. Best of 3. Chance to close it out in a sweep and lock themselves in the championship tomorrow. As a reminder, they will play our previous series victor in Siena, who is looking very fiery, so either one of these two teams is going to have their hands full.
Fully expect them to take a little bit of a gamble here. We are going to wait and see for a bit. Fairfield walking around this door, sees one, unable to get Asiaken though. Asiaken, beautiful shot there, taking out Tab, but now with the ultimate says I want more than just one. I want to get revenge. I want to get this round back for myself. You're going to spin around on the corner, unable to lock down that corner pocket just yet, but speeds their way through. That smoke doing a lot of work for Fairfield. One lurker, and all the information granted to Meech, who brings in the Spectre to round your HP, and now Electric unleashed into that corner.
One enemy
The
remaining.
vice of this round in their hands. Beautiful work. And as you would say, Llama, full house for Fairfield.
Absolutely such. I love to see those triple kills, and especially for Meech. I mean, talk about a retake potential. Just nobody checked for him. I don't know if they didn't expect it or didn't expect the timing, but just walked in for absolutely free. Electric, Meech, both one away from their ultimates, and Lou already has access to theirs. That extra life on the defensive side is already so huge. Sacred Heart has got to find some answers, and unfortunately this round they're going to have to do it with some weapons they found in the garbage next door.
Let's not put it that way. We call it the bargain bin setup. You grab what you can, and you don't throw a fit, right?
Yeah.
You got an SMG, you got a couple shares, you got something to work with. Granted, Fairfield did the exact same with the box of scraps in a cave, so, you know, take that for what you will. Sacred Heart, though, watching as Heck just opens up a can, sends one down B long, says thank you very much. Raki with a long-range sheriff shot as well, but Tap gets revenge for their teammate and knocks out 2 more along this way. Teammates rounded the corner to try and help out, but Condor says no dice. It's still 3v2, though, at the end of the day, and for Fairfield, those are odds that you will take all day long. Weaponry picked up, though, for Sacred Heart, so maybe something can happen.
Very split on this defensive hold as well. They're trying to look for this setup play, and that sheer wall will separate them even further, but it doesn't matter, man. Meech finds the double kill on the walk-in and upgrades that secondary into the Sheriff. Isolated kills and isolated efforts continue to work, and it's going to force the timeout early here from the Pioneers.
I think this is very necessary. You take a look at how, you know, this is kind of played out. Sacred Heart kind of going, okay, look, things have gotten a little bit out of control. Let's round them back. We found some success, moderate amount. Asiaken starting to match pace with Heck a little bit. But the main thing I think you're trying to look for is how do we keep track of Tapped? Tapped has been ridiculous in showing up and fragging out of their mind. I think for Sacred Heart, you need to find a spot to track this Tejo, track where they're going, and be able to lock them down.
And getting that tracking is one thing, but also, again, Tap's ability to use the Tejo kit to their own advantage, to use all of that assaulting utility to take different spaces all through in and throughout. For Sacred Heart, they've got one ultimate, and it is that Fade ultimate. You can take a lot of space with that or gain a lot of information. So as the Bear watches on in horror from what Fairfield has done so far this map, we will see if the Bear will get more glamorous as Sacred Heart continues to build up after this timeout.
I'm fully expecting it to get a little bit more chaotic as well. I think for Sacred Heart, you're starting to recognize that, hey, listen, things are going to get dicey. We don't really have a choice. We got to send it. We got to make some magic. Let's go ahead and spend our time to give it our all in one way or another. Whether that comes out in a full swing, whether that comes out and just trying to pre-fire every corner, you send it and you leave no regrets at the table. So far, quiet start, though, as Fairfield giving a little bit of respect back. A little deep default defense.
Patience is there. Problem is Fairfield is very okay with this. They not only have the Vise, but the Astra setup is so dastardly to put all those stars down. You either walk to the Thorns, you walk to the stars. Either way, you're losing out. And this time it's going to be Sacred Heart trying to play a little bit more patient, and it has breeded them some space over towards Belong. But once again, it's going to come down to isolated duels. Can Eagle find anything? And again, those smokes are going to come down to cut off their vision.
Multiple smokes plus the alleyway All these avenues of entry. Do they find anything for it? No, they do not. Fairfield able to back away with everyone. There comes the Garden of Thorns here. You don't want to be here. Very nice stop at the end. Called heck at the same. And poor Eagle's like, dude, can you allow me to play? Yes, you do. Great shot to the back. Electric couldn't play it out. Fairfield with 3. Sacred Heart with 4.
Seconds left.
Got it back available. Lou, can you max some magic? Yes, you can. Gets 1. Running out. Looking for a second. Clearing out this back alcove. But Tapped helps out. It's down to a 2v2. Where does the magic go?
Use that ultimate to clear all of B-Long. This has separated the 2 players. Raki does not care. 1v1. Counter Phoenix taken care of. Sacred Heart has got that ultimate. If they want to pop it, Lou will run out of sound cues. They're going to fake on the defuse. They've still got that flash available. Pops it outside. Gets the kill. You've got to be kidding me. Fairfield on these clutches just continue to be there. A triple kill from the Phoenix off the ultimate. And it is 4 seconds too quick for the clutch.
I mean, what can you even do in this situation? I gotta ask you, Llama. Like, you've done everything right. Sacred Heart are going down the checklist of Valorant, right? They're going down every single list, being like, dude, this is what we do. We slow play. We do this. We check our corners. We got the kills. We got man advantage. We've done everything right. Where do they go from here? They tried the whole playbook.
I mean, I think the toughest part is, I know it's a snap decision most times, but when you have those area clearing ultimates, you've got to default to playing together. If you can be pushed out, you need to be pushed out to your teammate. This time, though, they might just find a site for free, so maybe it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. Sacred Heart will get access with those smokes, but the drone is going to gather some intel for them. Condor is going to get the plant down, but a heavy set of reinforcements are coming from the spawn side.
For Lou, it all starts with 1. Beautiful shot. Keeping Sacred Heart honest. And now you get information on center. Asia Ken, though, with fast play. This is another way to do it. They haven't gone close range. Panini with a great 1-2 as they line up to be knocked down. Heck, though, responds in kind. In a 2v2, you get the electricity overdrive to knock down 1. And they clear every corner perfectly yet again. Fairfield showing excellence and more.
A little bit of air horn action right at the end, and Fairfield, you talk about the excitement levels and just having fun. You can tell it's in their gameplay right now. They are just in a complete flow state, and the problem is, every single one of these players is gargantuan in how they're feeling. Heck, brings out the operator. They have the funds to do it because of the rounds they won. Every one of their other players is hitting their shots, and so, again, that clearance is just 2v1 after 2v1 after 2v1 after 2v1, and Fairfield is able to isolate because of their confidence, and once again, they will shatter the economy sitting on the other side.
Heading into round 8 here. Sacred Heart. What can they do? Fairfield. Lou stepping in, wants more of that kill leaderboard. Hard spray through the smoke. Tapped instead. Catches the arm through one of the box corners. That'll be 2 dismissed from the round. And the rest of Sacred Heart backing away very slowly to bring back up.
I mean, it's those tiny things. Lou actually heals themselves from their own firewall and then dodges away from the hot hands of their opponent. Just that recognition is often very good. It's going to be the running back invested. There will be a spike grab. Unfortunately, there is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide, and there is no eyes left behind those eyes. It is a flawless round, a quadra kill from Lou as Fairfield clean up the anti-eco.
Control their choices.
I mean, at this point, the only assumption I'm going to make is Fairfield going to give 3 rounds, or is it going to be over or under? Are we going to see a 7-4 or plus? Are we going to see Fairfield hold at 2 against Sacred Heart? Like, what are we expecting from them?
It honestly feels like they have the ability to get a few more rounds, but I need to see more from the ultimates, and I think more than just rushing 5, a large part of Pearl is developing towards mid, which they have not been able to do throughout kind of this entirety of the map so far. So this time around, they are going to heed some advice and take some space over towards the mid-highway, and immediately you see Lou pushed back.
Let's see if it works. Lou pushed back for a moment, but still snaps out to help, and heck, with that information, takes another body out. They knew that there was motion in one way, and the other goes the exact same. Condor and Eagle, though, making a little bit of noise on their own, forcing a 1v2, but Tap is still up, and you see an arm, and you take the leg and body. 8 rounds for Fairfield here.
8 rounds straight as well. After that demolition of the Eco in round number 2, that gamble investment, they have been staking their claim and putting their eyes on what is a championship Sunday tomorrow. Trying to hoist the trophy, as you mentioned, for back-to-back years. This year coming in as the 2 seed, but still very much a potent threat amongst all the runs that are left. For Fairfield University, they've also got an ultimate from that Cosmic Divide still available. They've been using their ultimates as soon as they've been able to get them, and it's been working out to a success point.
Missile deployed.
Sacred Heart for their own. The From the Shadows can be very nice in gathering some more information, but you have to kind of decide which side you're going to go for instead. Tapped, walking through art. Here's a lot of footsteps, relays the information, and Electric takes it to town. Beautiful crossfire section through the doors. Condor at least gets one back, gets a second. Okay, spice of life with those sheriffs. But here's the big eyes. Are you watching your back? You tried your best and you couldn't do it. That is Fairfield to hold it down, one step away from double digits.
I mean, as soon as they cross that new divide, they have to be able to watch their back there. And I know they're trying to set up this ultimate and go quick, but you have to choose one of 2 roads. You either have to go a little bit faster there, or just put one of those 2 players on backside watch, because the mid is so accessible and those rotations come super quick. They've at least got rifles. That's the good news. They've got ultimates as well. But Fairfield, it feels like Lou has got to run it back almost every other round now, and it is back up and ready to go.
Scary, scary stuff here. In a little bit of a spot, I should say. Corner pocket, Sacred Heart. Keeping the Steel Garden available. But Tapped is able to get away and is about to send one of their own Salvo out to slow them down. But needing a little bit of backup. Rest of the team here. It is going to be the slow alleyway, but nobody's really gone down. Here it comes again. Another Salvo straight on top of your head. Meech ready to play as Lou gets pushed to the running back. Tapped with a utility kill. Means the rest of Fairfield don't even have to look. It's yet again 5 bodies alive. And the spike carrier, a poor Racket. Racky just not enjoying what went down.
I wouldn't either. It's just incredible aggression. And that's one thing about Pearl that I think you have to master from that defensive side. You have to know when to push, when to pull, when to hold them or fold them or whatever the song goes. Sacred Heart has been unable to find their waves so far on this beach. And Fairfield with complete dominance. They're already up 1-0 in the series, but this would be a statement to the on-waiting Sienna in the championship that they are not to be trifled with.
I mean, if we're talking about Sienna as a scrappy, the underdog that has clawed their way through to Cinderella's story at all, Fairfield is the clock. It is the clock ahead of you, just bearing down, saying midnight's going to come, and by then you better be out of the carriage. Racky getting one back against Electric, but Electric still making it spicy at the end.
You Google a picture of Big Ben, and it's just Fairfield. Tap has found another headshot.
That would actually be great, by the way. Can someone do that for us? Eagle. The joke may have reached the stage as well, as Eagle looks like they are a little bit more awake, able to find that frag. The Fairfield with 3 alive still. Want to make the magic. They know it's in the back corner, and there's no escaping this domination. Corner pocket flush out. Another blind to go, and they'll pop around the corner. Lou grabs 2.
Good finish of the round. Good finish of the half from Fairfield as they actually lose out on 2 of their ultimates that they don't get to use. They were holding on to that Cosmic Divide for a pretty long time for a retake scenario. But again, proving why they deserve the seed that they've gotten throughout the regular season. You talk about maybe only losing just the single series towards that #1 seeded team. Either way, whatever their loss was, it has clearly been rectified here in the championships, and they seem ready to go. With a pistol round win, they could all but secure it. That is going to be the question if Sacred Heart can fight back and try and do the reversal and do exactly what they did, but better on that side.
Only time will tell. For Sacred Heart, you gotta pull from the heart. Believe in your skills and try your best. You know you're up against a brick wall. You gotta try and break through it. Mainland watching. It's the opener. Is Fairfield gonna rush? Or are they gonna slow down? Sacred Heart, you need to be ready for it. And you are bringing it to a forefront. 3 held in this corridor in A main. And they push on through. Tap accidentally knocks out Heck on their own, but is saved by Lou, who matches pace for the 4 now. A little bit of an unfortunate scenario to occur.
Electric is a little bit reduced on the HP, but will still find a way to survive here. Fairfield, they don't have the best HP bars overall, so they're going to try and fight this backside with a advantage on their pistol. Oh, hello, goodbye. Electric finds the headshot. Delivery on this Ghost. It continues to find things, and Tapped is going to get the plant. Sacred Heart have got to do something about this retake.
Lou says there's nothing that you can do, but you can only watch as everyone goes down. Asian Ken says no thank you, but Electric makes it dicey. This pistol is off the walls chaotic, which I love. Electric waiting for a teammate to come around the corner. And for Lou, you're waiting for those quick run footsteps, but Raki, I mean, you don't like those odds. Another tap drops you even lower. And the stalwart gaze by Electric through the box finishes off 3K for the Vise. Fairfield on series point.
Match point.
As much as that comes down to a pistol round, and obviously it can somewhat be a 50-50 flip, I like what Electric has been able to do in kind of saving their own body in terms of isolating 1v1s. There's a lot of just random cover around Pearl, and it seems like Electric has just mastered that, but able to save themselves once again. And Sacred Heart, you've got to force here. There's no real other choice, but it's going to be the SMGs to try and hold the line.
All out for this final. Fairfield want another chance at a crown. They want to show everyone here in the MAAC that the glory is still there for them. Fairfield moving forward. Sacred Heart holding here inside of that smoke. Good heal up on the other side, so the initial damage is kind of lost. They're able to walk their way a little bit further. Maybe looking at a full rotate, but around the corner. Oh, eyes out. Both neons were about to collide right there.
Just go for a little hug here late. You know, a friendly little hug right across the PC. Sacred Heart, I need more than hugs right now, and definitely more than kisses. They're going to need some deliverance on some huge shots here. It's going to be Thorns that takes them out of the equation. That pushes 2 of those members back. This is just going to be the go button. Fairfield decides, A side is ours. We're going to run it as fast as possible. They didn't clear the neon with that backside wall. It's a chance to get inside the back pocket. Asia Ken finds the shot on the shotgun. It's a split sight here for the series.
But for Fairfield, this works into your advantage. You saw one lurking. You got a good sight in, though. Asia Ken was able to make some magic, but Raki was there to reiterate that Fairfield is here to play, but Sacred Heart got 3. Oh, Meech, what a wait. Are you ready to play? The jump by the teammates. There's that tap. Shot sprayed. Meech turns the corner. Eagle gets the lock, and pros don't fake. Eagle with the 2K, and Panini with the defuse.
That was a pretty patient defuse and pretty patient retake overall from Sacred Heart. I love that they're still fighting, and the fundamentals you can tell are there. As a reminder, Sacred Heart didn't just get this spot in the semifinals for free. They had to earn their way through it. So, kind of showing what they provided earlier on in the day today. Even if they can't make the full comeback, they have 10 rounds to do it. This next round, they've got the advantage in the economy. Now, that hasn't stopped Fairfield before.
100% true. We've seen them work with nearly nothing. I think maybe like 2.5 across the entire team being made with the shares play before. This time they got a lot of open space. Up B long is where they're going to chase. Blue ready with a little bit of the hot hands. Out goes the drone once more. Back corner cut off. Firewall goes up, and they're going to try and delete a virus that is known as the backside of Vice, and they have done so. Eagle is gone. Beautifully done. Sacred Heart lose their lurk and more. Ken in the back pocket, waiting to go down, but information is given as Electric takes a pot shot. Condor and Raggy are able to answer back, but Meek still makes it a playable round, and Fairfield will close it out as Electric with the 3K, and Fairfield will move on to day 3.
They will tap their watch. They will say it is time for us to move to the championship, and it is our time to pull off the sweep. And for Fairfield, not to discredit anything that they did, I mean, an incredible series all through in and throughout, from eco rounds to being able to convert on all those ultimates, from those solo efforts to team plays. It felt like they didn't have a weakness. And on the other side for Sacred Heart, they showed us some good here in both maps number 1 and maps number 2, but from Fairfield, they were able to just generate so much momentum that it never mattered.
And I'm really interested to see this matchup coming through. Sienna versus Fairfield. Sienna, scrappy, always willing to dig for that miracle play, willing to fight to the absolute last breath, building up that energy. Versus Fairfield, who, again, came in with the confidence. It's two very different styles of play, and when they crash together, I don't know what kind of masterpiece it's going to make, but I know it's going to be exciting tomorrow.
Well, that's going to be a fun one. And talking about our kind of schedule for tomorrow, it was a pretty good day today of esports. I mean, we got all the way through our Overwatch and Rocket League, got into some Valorant here at the end. For tomorrow, starting with our side stage, we'll start with our Overwatch semifinals, then move into our League of Legends finals, and then what you talked about, the Valorant finals, going to be the last one over on the side stream. Here for mainstream, Orbital and I will be back, by the way, so make sure to tune back in tomorrow for those. But we'll start off with the Overwatch semifinals, then we'll move to Super Smash, then we'll move to the Rocket League finals, and then the Overwatch finals as well. So lots of amazing esports action. Orbital, you got anything else before we wrap up today?
No, just a shout out to all the attendees. It's been a very long day, so to those who have been very patient, very willing, and very understanding throughout this entire day too, we appreciate every single one of you. That goes out to the competitors, that goes out to the viewers, that goes out to the parents, maybe in the venue, and to all of the organizational staff, making sure that venue is up and running, making sure that this conference championship can continue throughout the entirety of this week. And big shout out to everyone that has made it possible, as well as our sponsors on the back end giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, from Space Force to Rally Cry to ASUS, you can learn absolutely more about them and what all of they do. If you want to tune in tomorrow as well, we'll have even more opportunities to check them out. We'd also got to give a huge thank you to our production team behind the scenes, especially Rare Adam, pressing all the buttons all throughout the day and making our job super easy up here. I know, a long day for all of us, but a huge shout out to, again, all of the students and parents that make this league what it is and what this championship what it is. Tomorrow is Championship Sunday. You will not want to miss it. But for Orbital, for Llama77, we say thank you so much for watching day 2 of the MAAC Esports Championships. Follow your dreams, have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow.